Welcome to New Creation Gospel Mission Daily Devotional, Monday 29th, June 2026. Topic: Obedience is better than sacrifice. Hymn 280, Trust and Obey. Memory. Verse: Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. 1 Samuel 15:22. Bible reading: 1 Samuel 15, 10-23. Then came the word of the Lord unto Samuel, saying, It repenteth me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he is turned back from following me, and hath not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. And when Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning, it was told Samuel, saying, Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set him up a place, and is gone about, and passed on, and gone down to Gilgal. And Samuel came to Saul, and Saul said unto him, Blessed be thou of the Lord, I have performed the commandment of the Lord. And Samuel said, What meaneth then this bleating of the sheep in mine ears, and the lowing of the oxen which I hear? And Saul said, They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Then Samuel said unto Saul, Stay, and I will tell thee what the Lord hath said to me this night. And he said unto him, Say on. And Samuel said, When thou wast little in thine own sight, wast thou not made the head of the tribes of Israel? And the Lord anointed thee king over Israel. And the Lord sent thee on a journey, and said, Go and utterly destroy the sinners the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of the Lord, but didst fly upon the spoil, and didst evil in the sight of the Lord? And Saul said unto Samuel, Yea, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took of the spoil sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal. And Samuel said, Hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. Message: God values obedience to his words or commandments more than an outward act of worship. Obedience is an act of submitting or subjecting to an authority. As Christians, we are to submit to God's authority. God gave King Saul a clear instruction to destroy the Amalekites completely, but he obeyed God's instruction partially by sparing the king and the best animals of the Amalekites, and claimed that they were for sacrifice unto when he was confronted by prophet Samuel. Through Samuel, it is revealed that God values obedience and sincerity of heart more than an outward acts of religion. True faith is shown not only by prayers, worship, or good intentions, but also by willing obedience to God's word. Even small acts of disobedience can affect our spiritual growth. This is to remind us that God is interested not only in what we offer, but also in how faithfully we are obedient. Every disobedience, be it small or big, has consequences. King Saul's partial obedience, which resulted also to disobedience, led to loss of God's approval, and it affected his leadership. Disobedience can lead to missed opportunities, spiritual downfall, and broken trust. God calls his people to obey him sincerely and completely. Obedience protects, guides, and helps us remain aligned with God's purpose. Central truth: obedience brings us closer to God, while disobedience diverts us from His direction. Prayer: Father, help me to obey you fully and sincerely. Teach me to follow your word with humility and faith every day. Bible in 1 year: 1 Kings 22, 2 Chronicles 18. May the Lord bless His word. Until tomorrow again, stay blessed and rapturable.